Good day, everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into one of the most significant milestones for migrants in Australia, obtaining Australian citizenship. Whether you're already living in Australia or dreaming of making Australia your new home, this video is for you. Let's get started. So, what does it actually take to become an Australian citizen? Let me break it down for you. There are three main pathways to becoming an Australian citizen. One, by birth. That is, if you are born in Australia to at least one Australian citizen or permanent resident as a parent. Two, by descent. If you are born overseas to an Australian citizen. Three, by grant or conferral. If you are a non-citizen living in Australia and you meet the prescribed criteria, once you become an Aussie, a world of opportunities opens up for you. Here are some of the benefits. You can apply for an Australian passport. You can travel in and out of Australia without restrictions. You can seek help from Australian consulates overseas. You can exercise your democratic right by voting in elections and in referendums. You can register any children born overseas as Australian citizens, and much more. But let's not forget, the Australian citizenship isn't just about the benefits. It comes with its responsibilities too. You're required to uphold Australia's democratic values, obey the laws and respect the rights of others, serve as a jury if summoned, and if need arises, defend Australia. In this video, let's focus on the citizenship by conferral, the most common pathway for migrants. Here's what you'll need to start the process. Permanent residency status. To be eligible for citizenship by conferral, you must hold permanent residency status in Australia. This means you've been granted a permanent resident visa and have lived in Australia on a permanent basis for a certain period, typically at least 4 years. Additionally, you must have been a permanent resident for the last 12 months prior to applying for citizenship. The residency period. You must have lived in Australia for a specific period of time to be eligible for citizenship. Generally, this period is 4 years of lawful residency with no more than 1 year spent outside of Australia during this time. Specifically, you must not have been absent from Australia for more than 12 months in the total during the 4-year period, including no more than 90 days in the last year before applying. Your connection to Australia. You'll need to demonstrate a close and continuing connection to Australia. This could include factors such as employment, community involvement, family ties, or other significant connections that indicate your intention to reside in Australia permanently. Being of good character. Applicants aged 18 years or older must demonstrate good character to be eligible for citizenship. This typically involves providing police clearance certificates from all countries where you've lived for 12 months or more since turning 18. The Department of Home Affairs assesses your character based on factors such as criminal history, immigration compliance, and your adherence to Australian laws and values. Citizenship test, if applicable. Now, if you are between the ages of 18 and 59 years old, you'll need to pass the Australian citizenship test as part of your application process. This test assesses your understanding of Australian values, history, and democratic principles. However, if you're 60 years or older, you're exempt from taking the test. The application fee. There is a fee associated with applying for citizenship by conferral, which is typically around Australian dollars 540. This fee covers the administrative costs of processing your application. However, some applicants may be eligible for fee concessions based on their circumstances. Supporting documentation. You'll need to provide supporting documentation to prove your eligibility for citizenship, including proof of identity, evidence of residency, character references, and any other documents requested by the Department of Home Affairs. By meeting these requirements and providing the necessary documents, you can apply for Australian citizenship by Conferral and take the next step towards becoming an official member of the Australian community. Ready to take the plunge? Here's how we go about the process. Stage 1. Lodgement of your application. This is where your journey begins. You'll need to gather all of the necessary documents to support your application. These documents typically include your proof of identity, evidence of residency, character references, and any other relevant paperwork. Once you've compiled everything, you can submit your application to the Department of Home Affairs. Stage 2. The citizenship test. Now, if your application meets the initial requirements, you'll be invited to sit the citizenship test. This test assesses your knowledge of Australian values, histories, and the rights and responsibilities of citizenship. You'll receive study materials beforehand, so be sure to review them thoroughly. This test is usually conducted in English, but also available in other languages. But special accommodation must be made if required. And stage 3, the citizenship ceremony. After passing the citizenship test and having your application approved, it's time for the final step, the citizenship ceremony. This is a momentous occasion where you're officially becoming an Australian citizen. This ceremony is typically held by local councils and may include speeches, performances before you actually recite the Australian Citizenship Pledge. It's a joyous celebration shared by fellow new citizens, families, and friends. A word of caution, there are waiting periods and there could be variations. It's important to note that the processing times can vary, so patience is key. The time frame for citizenship ceremonies is about 3 to 6 months of the application approval date. This can differ depending on the location and other factors. Additionally, some individuals may be eligible for variations to the residence requirements or exemptions based on special circumstances. If you believe you qualify for any of the exemptions or variations, be sure to include relevant documentation with your application to discuss your case with the immigration officials. By understanding each stage of the process and being prepared for the potential variations, you can navigate the journey to Australian citizenship with confidence and determination. And there you have it, all the information you require to obtain your Australian citizenship. And then remember, it's not a legal status, it's a commitment to a new way of life. Now, if you require assistance or guidance with regards to applying for citizenship or any other immigration matter, connect with us using the contact details on screen. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more tips and updates. If you have any questions or topics that you'd like us to cover, let us know in the comments below. Until next time, take care and good luck on your journey to becoming an Australian citizen.